This is Walt Disney. I would like to welcome all of you to the Park Streamers Hangout tonight. Bob, Danny, and Cordy are dear friends, and I know they have an amazing podcast for you. So thanks for joining us tonight, and enjoy the show.
Well, hey, kids, dreamers, and jammers. Welcome back for another episode of the Park Streamers Hangout. We've got a big show lined up, plenty of topics to go over. But before we get into the topics, let me introduce my wonderful co-hosts. We have Barry Place 28 and Cordy in California. So, Cordy, why don't you tell the folks where they can find you on social media?
On YouTube, Cordy in California, and Instagram, Cordy in California as well.
Awesome. Thank you. And over to you, Barry Place, if you would let the folks know where to find you.
Sure, you can meet me. I can't talk tonight. I'm getting over a cold, everyone. So give me a break here. You can find me on YouTube, X, Instagram, Twitch, and Facebook at Barry Place 28.
Awesome. Okay. So we're going to just jump right into it. We had a little bit of interesting Disneyland DCA news that popped up this morning. We've got some possible new entry gates appearing soon. Supposedly they were testing today. At least that was the tweet from Scott Gooston on Twitter, said testing begins today at DCA. So Bob, do you have any photos to put up for those?
Yeah, I have this one from Disney Hype Beast 80, and this is the photo that they took this morning. And you can see the new entry gate for people who are going to scan in, and then of course you've got the middle section there for people with ADA. So it looks nice. I like it. It's streamlined. What do you guys think?
It's about time. I can't wait.
Yeah, I don't know much about them because they don't look like the ones at Disney World, and that's usually what I've seen of other streamers kind of scanning in. They'll take their Magic Band and just put it up, and it looks like another Magic Band kind of scanner at Disney World. So this looks a little bit different. I've heard that these are the same ones as Disneyland Paris. Bob, you were there last year. Is this the same thing?
Yes, this is exactly how they looked at Disneyland Paris. Although I felt like the screens looked a little bit bigger. But yeah, it's exactly the same setup and very, very similar way of getting into both Disneyland Paris and the Walt Disney Studios over there.
Okay. And out of curiosity, was it a speedier process than what we normally see at Disneyland, or?
So here's the thing. At Walt Disney Studios, it was very fast and got people in. But I found that when there was a big rush, because everyone was looking at the drone show over at the Walt Disney Studios, and then they were heading over to Disneyland Paris, there was a big group heading over there, and there was a lot of people trying to get into the park, and it still took time. Not very long. I want to say it probably took about a good, I think it was about 8 to 10 minutes for me to walk through. And that's because there were so many people trying to get in. And now, granted, they don't have as many gates at Disneyland Paris they do at Disneyland. But I was a little disappointed that I was like, wow, it's taking a lot. And you can go back to my live video and that I did. It's a part 2 of me in Paris. It shows a drone show, and it shows me walking over to Disneyland Paris and how long it took me to walk over and to get in. So it takes a little bit of time to get in, but it is a faster process. I think it'll help. I'm just wondering how it's going to be when we have those big, bunch of people that go from, or a crowd of people that go from, DCA over to Disneyland or vice versa, when they have special events. That'll be the telling sign.
Interesting. And from what I'm gathering from Scott Goosen's tweet, he's saying when this initial test is completed, the DCA test entry gate will be removed and official work will begin later this year. Once installed, all new gates will be ADA compliant. The project is expected to be completed in 2025. And then he says, according to @Theme Park, which is Theme Park Insider, the new entry gates will also be installed at the monorail entrance at Downtown Disney District. So we're not getting them this year completely, it looks like. It looks like they're scheduled to be completed in 2025. So this is going to be a little bit of a process to get everything reconfigured, new stuff installed. But yeah, I'm curious. I don't know like I said, I don't know anything about them, so I'm curious to see how it works and if it's a much quicker process. Are they going to be able to have it to where there's only one cast member at each pair of turnstiles now because they can watch it easier? I don't know. I'm curious how that's going to work.
Yeah, that's how it was in Paris. There was just basically one cast member there who was watching to make sure there's no issues or problems. And like I said, it was, when it wasn't busy, everyone got in really quickly and it was great. It was just when you had crowds of people that it took some time. And I think that's where you're going to have your problems, is probably first thing early in the morning or whenever you got one crowd going from one side going to the other. But as far as getting into the park, when I got to Disneyland Paris, unfortunately, it was in mid-afternoon, like around 1 o'clock. And when we walked in, it was very fast and very quick. It's just when we had the crowds that it took us some time.
Okay. All right. And these are Magic Band. Everything's going to work with that. How does a normal ticket work? Is it just a scan on your phone? How does that work now?
Yep. So right above, and if you can barely see it here on Scott Goosen's page, let me see if I can blow this up. Okay. There's a little scanner right here. I don't know if you see it there, but right above where the Magic Band is, that little scanner, you would scan your pass there, and it would actually read your pass and then let you in. So that's how you did it before. I'm assuming it's the same way. It looks like the picture's there for the scan bar, so you can just put your phone down below so it can scan it. But yeah, it was a very simple and easy process. I think only one time where it didn't seem to scan the barcode on my phone, and so the cast member had to step in to do it because I was there for 2 days. But one set of all the times I went in and out was not a big issue. And it was very quick. They were like, "Oh, okay, here, let us scan it for you." Oh, there you go, and they would open up the gates and you would go in.
So I can't tell. Are there gates that close and open or something? How does it?
There were, yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there. I was looking there and I don't see it. There were actual gates in front of you, like little plastic gates, and they would open up. I don't see those here. So either they haven't installed them or maybe they're not going to do that this time. Maybe they're just going to keep it open so that you just go right through. That would be a lot quicker process, obviously. But yeah, I don't see those little gates that we had there, the little plastic gates. Oh, you know what? I'm looking here. Let me see if I can zoom in. I see them. It looks like they might be off to the side. They're open right now, not closed. I can see it on this one side. And then you know what's interesting? They have scanners on both sides, not just one. Huh. That's interesting. I don't remember there's being scanners on both sides. There was only on one side. So I wonder what the purpose is. Or maybe it's a cast member standing at the other end. But that's interesting because, and here's the other thing, the cast member was actually standing by the middle section when I was let into Disneyland Paris. So they weren't standing at the end, but oh well, it's a little different. But I like
that is interesting. I didn't notice that there was scanners on both sides like that. I wonder what that's
yeah,
for.
I think that's for the cast member to be on the other side.
To just see what scan, the photo shows up or whatever, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah, because I know
by the way, it did take your photo if it was your brand new pass, and it would take your photo. That's why they have the camera there on the screen, and then every time you scanned in, you would see your photo.
Okay. Yeah, because at Disney World, I don't think they have any sort of a gate. It's you just scan and walk right in, and there's just cast members on the other side just kind of monitoring. But yeah, like I said, I'm curious how this is all going to work.
Yeah, I'm looking right here, and if you look really, really carefully, and I don't know if I can zoom in. Let me see if I can zoom in for you guys. But it's not quite. Oh, it's not letting me zoom in at all. Okay, never mind.
Right.
But there's like plexiglass right in the middle. Do you see where the middle is? There's like little plexiglass that kind of stands up above. Those are open right now, and at Paris, they're closed.
Okay, so those swing to close that
open.
area. Okay.
Yep.
Interesting.
So they do have them. It's just very hard to see.
Yeah. All right. Well, hopefully this makes it a little bit quicker. I think everybody was hoping for the faster security scanning rather than the ticket gates, the turnstiles necessarily, but we'll take what we can get, I suppose, right?
Exactly.
All right. Well, that's the newest thing happening at Disneyland, but we also had a couple of interesting after hours events happen last week. I did not attend them, but our friends here, Barry Place and Cordy, both did attend. You guys went both to night 2, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So after hearing about it, I'm kind of shocked at the rave reviews this was getting. I thought this was going to be one of those stinker events where everybody was kind of like, yeah, we went just out of curiosity, and it was the train wreck we all expected it to be. But I don't know if I heard of any bad press about this at all. Everybody seemed to love what they call Disney Channel nights. So why don't you guys give us your take on it? Like I said, I've only heard good things, so it's a little bit beyond my time frame. I didn't have kids at the ages that would enjoy Disney Channel for the most part. Casual Junior kind of caught a little bit of the tail end of it, and we didn't really watch many of the live action shows. So what were your thoughts? Let's just turn it over to you guys and hear what you have to say.
Cordy, I'll go ahead and let you start.
Okay. Well, I thought there was a lot of good energy. It was just a really great event, and I think they did a good job of targeting their audience. And I basically knew everything because of my kids, because they're all in that demographic of who they were targeting. So I thought it was amazing, and I just love that everybody was having such a good time. And I think they'll be bringing that back. There were always the long lines for all of the photo ops and everything, the karaoke. They had a line going until the end of the night. We couldn't even get in there until almost it was after midnight, I think, and it was still full. So it was just a really, really fun, positive event. Like, even if you didn't know anything about, what they were kind of highlighting, you still had fun.
Okay. Bob, your initial thoughts?
So, be honest with you, going into this, I was not expecting a whole lot. Now, I did watch what happened on Tuesday night, and I was kind of pleasantly surprised to see all the stuff they had. I didn't expect there to be so much to see or do. And it's kind of funny because my daughter, she is totally into like zombies and Descendants and Camp Rock and all those, fun, shows that they had on the channel. And so I was thinking, well, if she's really into it, this might be kind of fun after all. I mean, I am a lot older, but I definitely, have watched some of those shows with her. I've obviously seen some of the things that she's watched. And sure enough, I was right there, singing some of the songs that she loves to sing on the, Disney Channel. And I found it to be a lot more fun than I thought it would be. I wasn't expecting really anything. In fact, to be honest with you, I was thinking, why did I spend money on this, event? Because I'm not really into the Disney Channel. And by the way, the tickets have not sold out. So why would I want to go if tickets haven't sold out? They finally did eventually sell out for both nights. But I just was looking at it as like, really, Barry, what were you thinking about this? Were you really thinking about this, right? I mean, are you sure you really wanted to go to this? And then I went and I had a blast. And obviously, it was fun hanging out with all my friends there and Cordy. But the thing is that we tried to go to a lot of the different shows, and we tried to go get all the different types of foods. There was a lot of foods to try, and some of the foods were spectacularly really, really good. And I appreciate everyone chipping in, and we all kind of like bought different things for all the people that were in our group. But it was a lot of fun, and I enjoyed the food and the company and just the pizzazz. Now, one of the other things I thought was neat too is that they had all these characters, and while we didn't get a chance to go see every single character, I mean, there was just a lot of different things to do. In fact, as I've said, you don't have enough time in 4 hours to cover everything they have going on in these after-hour events. And yes, they let you come in at 6, but I didn't get there till almost 7. Well, actually, I got there a little early, but I didn't start the stream till about 7, just because the event went till 1. But still, it's like, how do they only schedule this thing for 4 hours? I really wish they could schedule it for a lot longer so that you could really, really have more time to do everything. I mean, no offense, but I'm not standing in line for, an hour or so just to get a picture with someone or a photo op of Lizzie McGuire's, TV set, setup or whatnot. I just want to just go and have fun. But they did do some things, and I'm sure that Cordy will chime into this, but like where they had characters who were just out and about. Like, for example, we didn't get a chance to see the Stitch characters, but they were just out and you got to walk right on by, which is really, really cool. We also, you didn't get to see this, Cordy, but I was with Kevin Sue Magic when we kind of split off towards the end. I went over there with Kevin and we saw Huey, Dewey, and Louie, as well as Scrooge McDuck. They finally came out. They were walking around, and it was great because all you had to do was stand in one place, wait for them to come to you, which I caught on my live stream, and then they did some funny things. Like I think it was Huey and Dewey were stomping each other's feet, and they were causing trouble, and they got Scrooge McDuck to get involved to be like the parent, and then Huey was coming around to say hi to everyone when they were doing their own little thing. But it was things like that that just really captured the moment of the night. And then hearing all the different music that you heard throughout the night that you either grew up with or you knew because you'd watched the shows or the movies that they had. It was just fun. In fact, one of the last things I did, Kevin Sue Magic and I went over and we caught the Disney Channel Rocks. And it's not that Camp Rock, but they played all the songs from High School Musical, Camp Rock, what else, Zombies and whatnot. It was just fun. And I thoroughly, thoroughly enjoyed it. And I did not think, seriously, I walked into this thinking, okay, I'm going to have fun tonight. I'm not focusing on the rides because that's not what we're focused on here, but we're going to have a good time. And I walked out there going, man, I would go to that next year. In fact, next year, I think I would, take my daughter with me and take her or keep her from going to school the next day so that she'd go to this event because it was so much fun. That's how much I enjoyed it.
Wow. So like I said, this is what I was hearing from it. And I was really surprised because it's like, I don't know if many of the after hours events have had the kind of rave reviews that I've heard about this one. And I find that interesting because like I said, I had very low expectations. I thought this one was going to be one of the ones like when they tried to do grad night, when they did those weird, like I can't even, did they call it grad night or like the throwback grad night kind of thing?
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be like that,
Yeah.
where everybody was just like, it's not what we wanted it to be. And, whatever, but everybody seems to, they hit, like Cordy said, they nailed it for the target audience.
Right.
So what was your favorite part about the night, Cordy?
Honestly, it was hanging out with everybody. So, we had, of course, Barry Place was there. We caught up with him very early in the night. So that was cool. And we drove him crazy, but it was, PL was there and Christina and Sammy Bear. So we just got to like run around and have fun. And, we were making, I don't want to say making the best of it because it was even more than that. But, there were long lines, of course, for the photo ops. But we found ways to get our pictures, whether it was like snapping like 10 selfies to try and like, get the character in the background, or the background scene, because we wanted to get that so Raven. So, but the line was so long, even at like 12:45 or something. So we just kind of like the cast member was super cool because he kind of held the people off until we could take our selfie. And then and that was one of the things that I was really happy about. Like I felt like even the cast members, because they're in that age, most of them are in that
Right.
kind of age group too, and so they were enjoying themselves. They were singing and dancing, and they were just in a really good mood. So there were areas like when we went, Mickey and Minnie, they were in their High School Musical outfits over by the Fantasyland Theater, the Lion King Theater.
Mhm.
And the line was cut off, right? So they cut that off like an hour before because they already had a long line going. And so we're like, oh man. And then they're like, hey, but if you, they were even directing us, go around that way, and then you can take as many pictures as you want. So where people were exiting, they were like, go over there and just, but we got some great shots of, Mickey and Minnie. Not, we weren't with them, but we got some really good pictures with them. Darkwing Duck, because that was a big one. So we were able to get, and even the characters, like we're trying to take these like, paparazzi shots, and they were looking over, they could see us, and they're like, posing for our pictures too in between the group photos. And so I think that was it, just kind of running around and just laughing and having fun and enjoying the night. And all the foods, like Bob was saying, we got to try quite a few things. And I don't know if Carrie's here, but thank you to Carrie Bork for like he took care of our treats for that night.
Hooked you guys up.
Yes,
So-
we definitely
So
did.
speaking of the treats, what was the treat that you're bummed that it was a special event treat and you just want it back now?
Ooh, man.
Oh,
that's a
I
good
think the
question.
whoopie pie. Well, it's called Space Whoopie. Forever Space Whoopie, because we ate it in one while we were waiting for Space Mountain at the end of the night.
Space whoopie?
So now it's officially Space Whoopie. But it was
riding the line now. We're just
jolly holiday. And I knew, because I was like, I'm going to order this first thing because I know it's going to sell out, right? Certain things that they're only going to make so many of. So I think that was my favorite. And I was like, oh, I wish that was around,
What was it exactly that made it?
It was just, it was just very simple, because it was like chocolate cake, right? And then it had the cream filling. So that kind of whoopie pie, right? Like, and then it had the little cute sprinkles on top. So it was,
but
probably
they just nailed the flavors, right?
Yeah,
because you can have a good chocolate and a bad chocolate, obviously. So
yes,
obviously
exactly.
they did a good chocolate for
They
you.
did.
Okay, Bob, what was your favorite treat?
So I didn't have the whoopie pie, unfortunately. I wasn't with you guys at that point. You know what? I think the two that I enjoyed the most, this is tough. Drink wise, it was the gummy slushy that they had, because you got it from Galactic Grill. It tasted like a bunch of gummy bears just, grounded up and whatnot. But it had a really, even though it was super sweet, it had a good flavor. It wasn't like, oh man, there's too many, different flavors in this. It had just a really good sweet gummy flavor to it. And then they had whipped cream on top with gummy bears on top. So that was my favorite drink. When it came to the food, I'm a tough one here, because I really liked the sausage dog that we had. What was it called again?
The Tsunami.
Tsunami dog.
And
The
we
Tsunami
were trying
dog
to hurry and eat it because we wanted to watch the cavalcade. So
parade.
like, I think we could have enjoyed it more, but at least we got to. That was good.
Right, but the thing was that it had a Hawaiian bread or bun, which is always what I love, and then it had the sausage. It was a Portuguese sausage, which is great, tasted great. I wasn't a big fan of the macaroni salad on top. It was good, not great, but overall, it was just something fun and good to eat. Although I will say, my other toss-up is the gummy bear beignets, and now not a huge thing because it's just beignets. However, they put this berry drizzle on it, and then they put gummy bears on top. So the berry drizzle was really, it's almost like they need to put more berry drizzle. You know how they always have tons of powdered sugar for the beignets? Well, there was plenty of sugar, but not enough this berry sauce that they had, and they put some big, not little, but big gummy bears on top. Like they were probably like twice the size of a normal gummy bear, maybe 3 times the size. It was really big, but they were good and they were tasty and it was just enjoyable. So maybe those are my top 3: my drink, my regular food, and then the dessert, because those were so good. All 3 of those. I know we had the Salisbury fritter. Is that what it was called?
So, yeah, yep.
Yeah, Salisbury fritter.
Mm-hmm.
The Salisbury steak had good flavor. The Salisbury, gravy was great. The fritter wasn't my favorite thing, but it was good. So I guess that'd be a runner-up.
All right. Yeah, I did see the one that I wanted to try was the s'mores donuts.
Oh,
but then when I saw, I think it was Coda Bear, I caught him when he was trying them, and he was like, "It's just a marshmallow and a donut." So it's not a big deal. And I was like, "Oh,
yeah."
I was like, I kind of wanted it to be something, wow, this was so good. And he was kind of like, "Nah, it's all right." What was the
Sorry, I thought you were throwing it to me or something. I'm like, nope, never mind. I was like, never mind, you're not throwing it to me.
No, but did you guys try the s'mores donuts or?
I did not.
It was so hard to get to everything. Like we barely, because I tried to mobile order things ahead of time, and we just barely got our last treat before the end of the night. Yeah, you think you can do so much in that 4 hours, but it just goes by so fast.
Yeah, that's the other thing with the after hours events. This one went till 1 a.m., right?
It did.
So that's actually one of the longer ones, it seems. I mean, I think some of them only go to midnight, right? I think,
I think
they've done that before.
Standard.
One is the standard? Because I know Oogie Boogie ends at 11, right?
Oogie Boogie, because we start earlier.
Right.
But yeah, do you think
they should adjust those times? Should they close the park, the regular hours, a little bit earlier and get the party started a little bit sooner? Would that change anything, do you think?
I'd take an hour after. I wish they could stay open till 2, because they're kicking you out. They don't want you lingering.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, they're kicking you out fast.
Okay, so like 1 o'clock, it's like, okay, everybody out now, go.
Pretty much. I mean, that's why, and I don't know if you saw, but they have like a little, I don't know if you call it the cavalcade, but they had Mickey and Minnie who were dancing and singing with the cast members behind them to all these different songs. It started at 12:45 and ended at 1. And that was to get everyone to the front of the park as quickly as possible to get them out. So while that was a really cool thing and I really enjoyed it, and I'll probably show it here in a moment on our podcast, but to me, it seemed like they were just trying to find some way of getting people out as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like quicker than normal.
Okay.
So I wish they would actually start sooner.
Okay. So, because that was my thing. I feel like the after hours parties, they're great. Like you said, if you want to go on the rides, because their ride wait times are going to be very low. But a lot of people that go to these are Disneyland regulars, and they're going for the special event stuff. Right. And when you're hearing that it's a constant thing, that it's impossible to see everything, which is, also a good thing. Obviously they're giving you, plenty to do. But when you're spending that kind of money for just a small amount of time and you end up missing out on a bunch of things, it feels like, are they really letting everybody maximize their time, as much as they would like? It's rough when there's things that you want to see, but they're, closing lines an hour before because the lines are already that, so long that they have to close them early. And that just, I guess I'm kind of a after hours party hater, if you will. I'm not a big fan of them. So you're going to find me nitpicking everything, even though I went to Oogie Boogie and had a blast. So.
Well, you better get ready for April 30th, because you'll be going to Star Wars night that night.
Oh, I know. I'll be nitpicking it the whole time I'm there. You watch. But no, I mean,
Yeah.
seriously, that's why I'm asking you guys, and it's good to have, you guys who went and are able to say. But for me, it's like I'm looking at it and it's like I hear, rave reviews, but then it's like, well, you had to spend the money to get in, and then part of the rave reviews is the money you had to spend on trying all the different foods.
Well, here's the thing though. If I had to do this again and I didn't even try the foods, I still would have had fun because they made it fun. It wasn't just I think it's all the different things. In fact, I'm going to show you here in a moment the actual parade. I'm going to show you part of that where they came down. They did the High School Musical and the zombies. But and we maybe fast forward and go back and forth. But when you saw that, the Disney Channel, Mickey Mouse was showing up on the Disney Castle and on Main Street constantly, that was fun. It would look great, it looked cool. They gave us the glow sticks, so it's like how you see on the Disney Channel, they'd be like, oh, they tried to do the whole Mickey Mouse head with the different stars that would come on. You could do that too, even though didn't really make an outline, but it was cool because you had the glow sticks, and then everyone just got into it. It was just, I felt like there was a good energy. So even if I didn't buy the food, I still would have had fun. And by the way, we attempted to go buy the merchandise, and we found out that when we got in line, all the t-shirts are already gone. And the only thing they had were like magnets and pins or something like that. And I was like, what? That's it? That was a bummer. But not a big deal. I didn't buy any merchandise. That night, they did have something for magic key holders. Oh, and I forgot to bring it. I don't know if you have yours with you, Cordy, but there's a patch. It's a Disney Channel Nite patch they gave you. As long as you're a magic key holder, you got it for free. And it was cool. I mean, that was like, wow, that was extra special for magic key holders. There it is.
Yeah.
So I think that even if I had not bought any of the food that night, I would have still had fun and a blast. And I think that's what made it for me. The only complaint I had about the whole entire night is 4 hours is just not enough. It's my complaint every single time they do these special events. It was my complaint with Oogie Boogie again. I mean, and it's been my complaint ever since they've started these after dark events. They need to have more time to give people the opportunity to do what they need to do. I just didn't have enough time to do everything I wanted to do or see. And that's my biggest issue. Now, maybe that's their way of, making you buy tickets to 2 nights, say, oh, well, if you really want to catch everything, you got to go 2 nights. Right. But to me, that's ridiculous because I don't want to have to buy tickets to 2 nights. Now, granted, for Star Wars night, we're going to be going, and I'm going several times. Cordy's going a couple times, I think, too. So for me, I'm not worried about catching everything the first night. If I don't catch it, I'm going to catch it, the second or third night that I go, and it'll be a lot of fun. I'll know what to expect on the second and third time by the time I go as well, and what I want to do and don't want to do. But that's what bums me out, is that if I was only going 1 night, which I did, I just didn't have enough time to cover everything I wanted to.
Yeah. Your thoughts on that, Cordy? I mean, I know you already said that you'd like them to go to 2 a.m., but do you feel it is a good value, or you have to kind of be able to work it to get the good value out of it?
I'm a fan of the after dark events, so I think you can find value in it. I think if you plan, if it's something that you think you'll enjoy and you plan ahead, yes, do I want it to be longer? Of course, right? Like Brian was saying, I don't think you guys can see my channel's chat because I noticed I'm not seeing anybody in our group chat, so just in case, but I can read it over here.
Oh, we can see theirs. We just can't reply to them.
See anybody's. But like Brian was saying, it's like at least 5 hours, right? Like you at least, if it could be 8 to 1 at least, right? Just give us 1 more hour would help. But I do think you can find value in any of the events if it's something you're interested in and you plan. Like you just have to, you have to decide what you want to do. Do you want to try all the foods? Do you want to, because some people took 1 hour to 2 hours to take their picture with the Disney Channel sign, right? We were doing it all over the park, so we made our own Disney Channel sign. But people waited there to do that. So if that was worth the ticket price, then it was a great value for them. So
I will say, Brian brings up HHN goes 7 hours and it's cheaper, and it's true. it can be cheaper depending on when you go, Brian, of course, and whatnot, and if you buy the frontline pass. But yeah, it's 7 hours long. Why can't we have an event that's that long? I mean, I get it. They're trying to keep the park open as late as possible for people who bought tickets and everything. But to me, why don't they just, end the park at 6 p.m. and then start it at 7 if they can? But that's the other thing too, is like they close the park at 8. They don't start everything until 9. And it seemed like, we were there we got in, as early as we could, but we still couldn't do anything or enjoy anything until 9 p.m. So.
Yeah, I know that's kind of a bummer. You have to just wait. You can't. I think 8:30, 8:45. I think you could start getting foods. The event food a little bit before.
That's my other issue. Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off there. The thing is that when you guys told me that, and even some of my viewers that night were like, "Hey, food's not available anymore." It's like, what do you mean food's not available anymore? And you go in there and either, they're not taking orders until 9 p.m. or close to 9 p.m., or the food was not available until like 10:45, 11 o'clock, 11:30. It's like, well, shoot, the park closes at 1. That's not really great. You want, and I get everyone wants to try the foods, but they need, to me, it's like the park is not as packed as it normally is. So then why is it taking so long to order the food and get what you need? And why do you have to wait until, 10:45? Like, I think, let's see, I ordered the mint juleps. Oh, I forgot about the mint julep. Yeah, that was so good. You would have loved it, Danny. It was a huckleberry mint julep. Oh,
now was that only for Disney Channel night? Because I thought somebody had said that that's out there now, but I don't know if maybe I misunderstood that it was just a Disney Channel night thing.
I thought it was on the Disney Channel menu. It was on the Disney Channel menu, but I thought it was only exclusive.
No, like I said,
I ordered it.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. I may have misunderstood whoever was saying something about huckleberry.
I want to know now. I'm looking at my phone.
Yeah, because when somebody told me about the huckleberry mint julep, I was just like, oh man, I got to try that, and I forgot to look into it. So it may have been a Disney Channel night thing. So
you have to order, like, that is one like pro tip to give is if you want the foods, you have to order them ahead. You can always push out the time. And I noticed something, and maybe this has been for a while, but I just noticed it that night because I'm always paranoid that I'm going to miss my window. But I missed a couple of my window times, right, to pick up my food, and it didn't disappear. They didn't cancel it like they used to. I was able to change the time if there was a time available, because there was one instance where it was like there were no more pickup time, but it still held it. Right. Like I didn't go pick it up. I still waited another hour, and it was there. But I think because I've gone to all of them, except I didn't go to Pride Night last year. But over the last 2 years, I've gone to all of them, and I can remember. I think I just have like, I remember that craziness of the first ones when they had. I think it was Sweethearts Night 2 years ago, and we couldn't even order any food. All the times were taken, and they were only doing mobile order that year. Like it was kind of a weird year. So it was like, wow, we can't even.
Right.
Well, guess what? Can it show up on my phone? That's no. Focus.
You're gone.
I'm just scared. Bye, Bob. Let's
Houdini
see.
plays 28.
Oh, wait. Is it there? No. Kind of right there.
Okay. How about you describe what's on your phone?
It's a huckleberry mint julep. That's what it is. So.
Oh, it is available?
All right. It is available. $6.50.
Okay.
So I would recommend everyone try it. If you love mint juleps, you're going to like this one. The huckleberry is a little sour compared to the actual drink, but it was so good.
So, I'm gonna.
I'm talking about the huckleberry, the berries inside. Right. The drink is sweet. It's good. I sound like poo there.
I know you
do. Yeah. So curious. When you go to Oogie Boogie, you can leave with pounds of candy, right? What do you get? That you said they give you a glow stick. If you're a Magic Key holder, you got a patch. lanyard. Obviously, you get a lanyard.
Which was very cool.
Yeah, I was going to say, they don't give you a lanyard at Oogie Boogie. I believe it's just a wristband. So,
do you have your lanyard there, Cordy?
Yeah. Let me see.
I was going to go get mine, but she's going to go get hers. Lanyard was cool. I mean, it was just a little cardboard.
Right. It's a lanyard.
Piece,
but it's
usually, I was going to say, usually
lanyard.
they're die cut and they're a little fancier for the after hours.
I love their little lanyards.
Yeah, it's a cute thing. It's a good collectible. But like I was saying, it seems like at Oogie Boogie, you feel like you're getting, because everywhere you go, there's candy, and it feels like they're giving a lot of stuff away, even though it's just candy, and it was probably given by the companies that make the candy to promote their own candies. I get it, but that's where I'm kind of with the after hours. It seems, like I said, I'm a hater, so take this with a grain of salt, everybody. This is why I'm, I haven't been to these events. I watch them and then I sit there and go, So after going to Oogie Boogie, I felt like the candy was a fun little draw for me, even though I wasn't really into it. I got just the one bag worth, but you could get basically a suitcase worth of candy if you really wanted to. And with the other after hours events, it just, like you guys were saying, it's like you've got to plan, you've got to maneuver to be able to order the food that you want to try. It's not even just a matter of, oh, well, I couldn't get it. It's like, no, if you don't plan, you're not going to get it. Even if you walk over there and you want to order it, they're going to be like, sorry, we're booked or whatever, and you're not going to be able to try everything. And it just seems so odd to me that they would not have it at such a well-oiled machine by this point, to where they are just like raking in the dough anytime somebody wants to hand them more money. That's where I'm kind of like, why haven't they got this dialed in quite right?
Brian kind of says that every Disney After Dark night is a frenzy. There's no sit back and see what happens unless you buy multiple nights. Yeah. I mean, I totally agree with him, and I don't know why they haven't been able to dial this in for all the After Dark.
Oh, look at Rogue Attractions comment too, right there with the after hours here. With free ice cream, soda, and popcorn.
What? Hey,
and I believe on their Christmas ones, and when they do their holiday after hours, you could get cookies and hot chocolate at dozens of restaurants. There's like a restaurant in almost every land where you walk in and just say, "Give me a hot chocolate and a cookie."
Okay, what the heck is going on here? I mean,
that's what I'm saying. It's like there's this weird thing happening that, it's like these after hour events, they get good reviews most of the time. Yes, there's the long lines for this and that, but then it's like I said, it's like Cordy was saying, you got to plan, and it's like, okay, what is it, like 6 o'clock? Whenever the little light goes on that, okay, you can order your special event food, you got to start ordering right then and there to make sure that you get it.
Yeah, you get cookies and hot cocoa free at Christmas. Jeez, we don't get any of that.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like, it's so weird to me. What were you saying, Cordy?
It just, I think, I don't know. And it's, maybe I've just accepted it. Like, we always seem to be a little bit behind Disney World, right? Like in everything, right? As far as like what happens here. But, yeah, because I mean, and I will say that I came out of it really wishing that some of these things that they did that night could be a part of our normal experience, right? Our everyday experience. Because I remember, like, I wasn't living in Southern California when they had more of the summer nights, right? Like Disneyland used to have that, where it was summer nights and all, like, the young kids would come and like they'd have music, at Tomorrowland. So when I saw the karaoke, I'm like, how wonderful would that be? Even if they did it Friday and Saturday night, right? Have something like that. Have, and then they had Phineas and Ferb over doing the dance party, but it was stanky leg everywhere. No, I'm kidding. That was a party. We're having a lot. But how you're like, we should, I do think that we should have a lot of those things as our normal everyday Disneyland.
Now, where did they do the karaoke again?
Golden Horseshoe.
Go.
Oh, it was hot. Yeah. It was so hot in there.
Yeah.
when everybody's having a good time and it's not built for that, I mean, obviously they would have to have the AC cranking, but
that
exactly how hard would it be for them to have karaoke? On, like you said, just Friday and Saturday night, something.
Yeah, just great.
But no, they close up shop at what, 9 o'clock, and it's
early.
Yeah,
I agree.
And I mean,
that was cool because they did the Camp Rock there,
Yeah.
But think about it. I mean, if you do karaoke, you need a few cast members to kind of coordinate it and MC it. But then you've got your drinks and refreshments that you can sell right there, and you'll be making money hand over fist right at that point.
Right.
Well,
even though I know we're debating all this, Christy PH Disney says Disney Channel Night was a lot of fun. I think it was a lot of fun too.
It was.
So,
but I think that's what we're saying though, is that these things were so much fun. Why don't they bring them into the park more often? And why does it have to be, behind a paywall and something where you feel like you're missing out because you're doing this instead of that? You know what I mean? There's things going on. I paid extra money than for a shorter day.
We used to get the Mad Tea Party and Electronica over at DCA. That didn't cost us,
that was awesome,
more than our normal pass. But
it's crazy. And I don't know. I think we were talking about it on my stream this Saturday, how it just, I feel like Disney is slowly eroding their brand and they don't realize it, and I know, hey, everybody's having a blast at these after hour parties. They're selling out, but we saw that Star Wars nights did not go gangbusters like they normally do. Disney Channel night, people weren't expecting much. Oogie Boogie is going to be the canary in the coal mine. If Oogie Boogie doesn't have the frenzy like it normally does, I think that's going to be a death knell for the after hours parties, or they're going to get retooled into something different. But and exactly, Rogue, after hours makes them more money off of APs than resort guests. And, I mean, that's the thing. And it's just it's disheartening that we're sitting here talking about it like this, that, oh, wow, why couldn't they do karaoke in Golden Horseshoe? And then, like you said, you bring up, well, they used to do Mad Tea Party. Why can't we're talking about last summer, all I kept raving about was Knott's Summer Nights entertainment, how amazingly fun it was, and how Disneyland, once Fantasmic went out, it was like they got almost nothing to do at night other than a couple of the big shows.
Right.
And it's like I said, I'm really, really worried that Disney is eroding the brand to the point to where we're going to start seeing dips when we shouldn't be.
Well, even, I mean, so one point I was thinking of was, because same thing, I used to go to those events, the Electronica and Mad Tea Party was with my kids, but they are now the adults that are right. They're the demographic that they're, going after. They're, so I think how cool would that be to bring that back? Do you know how excited?
I would kill for Electronica right now, man. Oh my God.
Nostalgia for a lot of people on top of how fun it is just in general. But.
Well, I mean, think about what they could do to Tomorrowland if they put Electronica there. And Tomorrowland needs the help.
Yes.
If they did Electronica in Tomorrowland and they just lined a few of the buildings with some of the, blue strip lights and stuff like that, Tomorrowland would be the place to be as soon as the sun went down. And I just don't understand why they don't pull stuff like, pull the trigger on stuff like that. It just, is it because it's so obvious to us that it's like, oh, we can't do that.
Right.
I'm really trying to figure out what it is that Disney is saying, or is it simply, you know what? People are coming in droves. Why bother with, another headache for us?
But the passes didn't sell out this time either. So I'm hoping they're paying attention to these things that, it's different this year.
That's why I said, I really think that, we're going to start seeing, I think Christy McCarthy said it, that they have all these different levers that they can pull when they need to.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're going to have to start pulling some levers here soon, because I'm not excited for Pixar Fest. That I'm kind of like, okay, whatever. Maybe it's going to be, a sleeper hit. I don't know, but I'm just kind of like, okay, it's Pixar Fest. I'm not like, oh my gosh, this is going to be so fun. I can't wait to see it. It's just whatever. If they said, hey, we're retooling it, and for Tron 3 that's getting ready, we're pulling out electronica and we're going to revamp it, and it's going to be in tomorrow, I'd be like, oh my god, I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait.
If they did Starcade, right? If we had an arcade again, because they did the arcade over in DCA during the Tron electronica.
Yeah, having Lynn's arcade there. I mean,
yeah, I know.
It's frustrating. It's really one of those things where I'm just like, come on.
Are you guys watching? Do you hear this?
I know, seriously. It's like, I used to say that because I remember telling my friends, like, about 3 years before Space Mountain had the soundtrack added, I was like, why don't they have big speakers in Space Mountain and play like some, really cool like music while you're going on it? And then they did it.
And then they did it. And I like it. I liked it when they did Red Hot Chili Peppers too.
Yeah, that was cool. I remember that.
That was interesting, but
I know I wouldn't want it.
It was a little weird.
I thought it was kind of cool because they did it in DCA and in Disneyland for Space Mountain.
Yeah. I mean, it was, and because Chili Peppers are a California band, so
yeah, exactly.
It works. It works. I think it worked better in DCA, of course, but it was just kind of weird, when you're on Space Mountain, and it was just kind of weird. Was it Rockin' Joe Benson or something like that was coming on and telling you? So where are we? It's kind of weird.
Yep. So, hey, so I know we've been talking about the Disney Channel Nite. Can we show a little bit of the footage for?
Oh yeah. I want to see what it was that draw to pull everybody out of the park faster.
So this is the parade that they had that's coming in. So it may take they're starting to come down. It may take a few seconds.
So we got High School Musical from, whatever, 10 years. It's like a 10-year span of like High School Musical and then the Zombies.
And Cordy, you're like, they're going to stop right here. And they end up moving down. So you're going to see me move once they.
Oh my gosh. I think we were trying to see. I'll watch the first night. It's just like, I think they stopped here last, on Tuesday. So we were trying to get the.
Let me tell you, some of these dancers were so energetic. It was crazy.
Yeah, they were really good.
And there you can see the Disney Channel logo on the Main Street buildings.
And the searchlights, right? Those were like, it was like, the sky was filled with.
Oops, sorry. And this is where I was like, I think I'll move down.
Something like a good parade, I agree.
People, it was so much fun. They were all astounding. Like he's got the rocking around.
It looks just these cheerleaders. Woo!
All right, nitpicky casual showing up again. But didn't they used to do a Wildcat little pep rally in DCA?
I don't remember.
Oh, that was a long time ago, wasn't it? Yeah,
But they did.
yeah, they did.
And now it's paywalled again.
Yay. Okay.
Again, like I said, nitpicky. Sorry.
So
I'll step
one
away.
of the things there, look, they let people come in the middle of the street, which is cool, but then also it kind of blocks everyone else from seeing. So I'm not sure how they could get away with this part, because to me, I would have been disappointed if I was waiting all the way down there, waiting for the parade, and then they stopped way past me.
Yeah, because they were following the parade from Small World, so they did the full parade route.
Man, oh man, oh man. Oh, sorry, am I singing? Zombie land. Watch me do it like bam.
Yeah, see, Bob knows the zombie, and I'm like High School Musical.
And I'm sitting here going, I have no idea what any of this is.
Sorry, it's because my daughters watch zombies. That's why.
Yeah, that's the. Oh, and then the Camp
Okay,
Rock. Forget
so
about it. Yeah, people are loving
I
it.
know they're going to go into a High School Musical right now. One of the things, I'm going to bounce around just a bit here, but let me see if I can find. So this is where they were doing
For subscribing.
the grand opening. It was really hard to hear, and I don't know why it was like that. But
Beignets, is that what it was? Gummy bear beignets.
Right.
That's
let me go back. So they're doing this announcement. We couldn't really hear it, but it was cool because we were right in front of the castle. And look at the castle. It looks amazing, doesn't it?
Yeah, that was nice.
Okay,
I'm glad
so-
we went there. Thank you, CL.
I mean, I think the castle looks amazing right there.
Yeah, it was weird that we couldn't hear it. Like you could hear it; it was going on Main Street, but they didn't play it on the speakers down by the castle for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know if there's an audio issue or something like that, but I was kind of disappointed because right then and there is when Pigment Dev had actually rated my channel, and I was like, "Yeah, this is cool." And then I'm like, "Oh, we can't really hear anything going on," but at least you got to see the castle, and it looked pretty cool. Let me see if I can fast.
Were they playing the Twinkle, like the little chime for the Disney Channel thing? Is that what you were saying?
They didn't play the chime. It was just they were playing like the intros, like "Welcome to Disney, Channel Nite. We're happy to have you here," et cetera, type thing.
Okay.
So, this is right here. This is the Descendants part. So I'm just gonna we're into it, but this is when it was cast members from the Lost Isle were there to do a little dance, and it was kind of cool because they played several different numbers from Descendants. Oops, let me get the sound back. Sorry, I was trying to get a better view at that point.
I don't know if you saw it, Bob, but we walked by there later, and they did the show on the ground with the Columbia in the background and all the fog.
Ooh, no, I didn't see that. I know they brought the fog in. That was pretty cool.
Yeah,
So.
we just happened to go by. It was packed though. We couldn't really see. We're trying to hold our phones up over the crowd, but that was pretty cool.
So this is the beignets, and excuse our dirty table here, but this is what the beignets look like. Let me see if I can. I think I scroll down, but oh, maybe not. Hey, there's Cordy.
Hello.
Hello. I'm pretty sure that I camera down on top of there's Christina. Hi, Christina. Sammy.
Sammy Bear.
And CL's off to the side. So I thought I was going to bring the camera down. Maybe not yet. Oh, there you go. You're bringing them over.
Maybe.
So
No?
again, it was beignets. They were the Mickey. There it is. Mickey beignets. And then they had the powdered sugar on them. In addition to that, they also had the berry drizzle. And then they had the gummy bears on top. And you can see the gummy bears are bigger than usual. But it was really, really tasty. And it was really, really good. And then let's see here. Let me fast forward.
We can see with these backgrounds, you can't really see. Darn. Well, anyways.
Oh, Halloween Town. Is that what you're pointing at?
Oh, I was just trying to show the picture of the venues.
Excuse me. I'm trying to find the next part. I think the next thing I'm going to show you guys is, let's see. Oh, I'll show you the Disney Channel Rocks. That was really, really cool. Oh, not that guy. Who's that guy? Okay, here we go. These four singers were so energetic. It was amazing. Of course, this is not one of the more popular songs. Of course, I picked that.
I remember when they had the Disney radio, when they had the booth there in Tomorrowland.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That was cool.
Let me see if I can fast forward it.
This is one of my favorites. Are you ready? Jump in! It's the way we do it now. No time to stop. Champions are in the house. Never can be. Because we understand our destiny. It's right here in our hands. Push it to the limit. Cause we're dancing in our limit. Oh yeah, push it to the limit.
It got to the point though where so many people were dancing and singing. I was showing all the people dancing and singing. And I hope this is coming up soon. Let me see. Oh, that was just after it.
Hey, to Disneyland, and if I do, I'll let you know. And you can check out the stream tomorrow morning at Knott's Berry Farm.
Me promoting myself. There we go. This is where people are like, oh. I was like, this is where people are dancing and singing. Hold on, let me go back. And there was the next song.
We're so excited to have you here with us tonight. What do y'all think? Are you ready for some more?
All right, we want everybody here to rock out with us.
We love it.
I'm so excited. This is going to be fun.
I know these words, so feel free to sing along with us.
Let's all bring it. This is a chance to really rock it out because
Maybe I went back to the beginning, but
I hope you're ready for the time of your life. Just look at me, I'll put a thing in your eye. Oh, Buckle up, we're gonna take you for a ride.
I might have gone too far, but far back. But still, it was a lot of fun. Let me. Whoops.
Can Verizon 5G home internet powered by the same 5G network?
Sorry about that.
Handle the family chaos?
We'll get rid of that, and I'll go back. I accidentally hit the wrong button. So
Was
give me
this
a
the
moment.
highlight of the night or what?
Yeah, this part right here. Yes, it was right after. Come on.
Where the we had that little table, the Mickey disco ball.
No, actually, I'm not even sure what this is. So
Oh
hold
no,
on.
I'm sorry, I was showing it.
Oh, you were showing
I
it.
was like, oh,
Oh.
that was like. We all wish we could have bought one.
What was? Hold on.
Was it just like a centerpiece? What was it, Cordy?
Yeah, over at Royal Street Veranda. Where they
Hold on. We got to go
Oh,
back to
that's
that.
really
That
good.
was amazing. Sorry. So that was the beginning. I got to find it. Nope. It's after this. After that. There it is. I just saw it. Hold on. That was a highlight right there. I got to get back to it. Where is it? No. Oh. Hey, who's that guy? He looks familiar. Okay, here it is. So they have these little things. Are we walking away or am I walking up to you guys? Oh, maybe this is when we were walking away.
So they had them on the table, or what were they?
Had them on the table. It was
Yeah.
very, very cool. Oh, I think this is where I'm walking up to you guys. Give me just a moment here.
Can I show it? Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So it was just a
What do you
decoration,
hear?
but they weren't selling them?
No, but they
it
were
was
so
such a
cool. But I'm
little
pretty
thing.
sure people were taking off the table because there was a couple that were missing. This is when I was looking for them. So
I'm
I
not
can meet
sure
up with
where
them.
Cordy's
See?
going.
Exactly. We'll find her in a
She was
moment.
doing the food, or was catching the show. So let's see.
But the thing is that it was and there's Sammy right in front of me. That's so funny.
Rossiel, yeah.
Yep.
Is it 10:15 you're coming out for the show? 10:15. Oh, 10:15. Okay, so we have some time.
Oh yeah, we're just picking up.
What's over here that we're picking up? Salisbury steak.
Oh, what's it?
Fritter.
It was shortly after this.
Gotcha.
Sorry.
All right.
Yeah, you can see it over on the side over there, so on the table.
Hold on. What the heck?
All right, hit me up, Karen.
I think it was after you watched
Here we
the
go.
show, then you came back to the table.
I'm gonna come back over this way.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, that there it is. Oh, come on. That's an error taken off. Oh, here we go. There we go. Look at that. That is so
I
cool.
like it.
But only the VIPs get the.
Only VIPs. Adam Cuevas, how are you? Welcome in, sir. Great to see you. Jonathan Chong. Oh, this table would make a good footage. Yeah.
So were
That's
people
my
really
footage.
swiping
Some,
those?
footage of that.
Yeah.
Thanks,
It
Jonathan.
looked like a couple tables did not
Okay,
have them
so
because
who's
every
gonna
single
try?
table had
Thank you,
one.
David. I'm glad you subscribed too.
For two.
I'm hypnotized. Look at this. Disco Mickey all over.
You would think that they could. I mean, that
How
would
was,
sell like
how
crazy.
were those?
I know.
Right? And it was so cheap. It was a piece of paper with Disneyland around it.
No, I feel like I'm
Yeah.
getting hypnotized by this
Hi,
Mickey
I'm
ball.
Covering
Cordy,
it.
and you're watching the Disney Channel.
Oh, jeez.
That's
Wow.
hilarious.
Amazing. Are you guys having fun? Did you guys see the show at all?
I'm surprised that they had that out
Yeah.
there without
Gotcha.
just putting it out as a decoration.
Right?
Doom Boogie said, imagine that was a popcorn bucket and it was blinding people.
And then I wanted to show you guys something really quick here. Hold on. There's two more things I wanted to show you. Huey, Dewey, and Louie. But let's see here. I think.
Wink said, yeah, it was like a wedding centerpiece, right? You're supposed to take it home. Everyone takes one.
I mean, yeah, if it's
Yeah, I
not bolted
wish.
down, that thing's gone.
Okay, here it
Not
is.
by me. I would
Yeah.
never do that.
I
Just
know.
under.
And of course,
We have 36 minutes left. Oh,
let me go back.
Roger Rabbit is usually a really, really long ride. or long wait time. Now it says 20 minutes. I can't.
Oh, come on. Where? Oh, they're right here. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I'm going to turn the camera around in just a moment. I had accidentally flipped the camera around by accident.
I was doing this with. There he is.
I was trying to get Huey, Dewey, or actually that's Dewey and Huey. Yeah.
I was trying to get them in with me to do a little shot there.
But they were having so much fun, and it was so cool because they were just walking around the fountain.
They're funny.
Yeah, that's a great way to get a photo, right? Because you're like they're behind the.
Let me go back a little bit. There's all three of them. But I mean, look how close you were to the characters, and you didn't have to go anywhere. They would come to you, and you could take your photo. And they were having so much fun just playing around. I'm not sure where Scrooge McDuck is. I think he's to the right.
That was awesome.
Yeah, he was.
Very cool. That makes it all the worthwhile when you see the characters like that. They're really interactive with everyone. Very, very cool.
Take it from Barry Place himself.
Oh, so it looked like the ride was open for Mickey Minnie's, but they shut it down, it looks like.
I think I go back to Scrooge. Here we go.
Scrooge.
Aw, Scrooge. He was so cute with the kids, too. But it was the interactions like this that really helped make the night. And of course, the very end of the night, they had Mickey and Minnie here, which I'm going to show you. Let me kind of go back just a little bit. By the way, before I continue on, all these people you see in front of me, there was a line going back and forth for you just to get up to take your photo next to Mickey and Minnie. It was insane. I mean, it must have gone back and forth at least 8 times. It seemed like it was ridiculous. And I couldn't believe that so many people were standing in line trying to get, moving forward to see Mickey and Minnie like this. I mean, I was just standing in distance and I was fine. Granted, I'm sure people want.
They had stanchions out, or
no? It was like, how they put the tape on the ground and it's like a line that goes back and forth. Yeah. It was just like that.
Oh, so like a walk by, like Stitch, like you could just kind of.
Yes, it was a walk by, but the walk by was so long. I mean, literally, it covered almost the whole entire street. It was ridiculous. I am able to move forward here a little bit, but I'm only going to show a portion of this, but because I covered I think 2 or 3 songs that they did. But it was cool because they were dancing, they were having fun. They had cast members dressed up like High School Musical behind them that were dancing and having fun, and it was cool. So enjoy.
Wow, that is a lot of people.
It is. Isn't that crazy? And you really didn't see the line moving at all. Not doing a whole lot of dancing here. They were doing a lot of dancing, I think, in the previous song, but
now was this set up all night long like this?
No, this is the last 15 minutes of the night. Little Maddie. Anyhow, so that was how they finished off the night with Mickey and Minnie there at the front, and it was a nice way of having them say goodbye to everyone. Now, I'm not sure about you, Cordy. When you left, did you see Mickey and Minnie at all? Or were they gone by that time?
No, they were gone because we went to space. So we were like
Oh, okay.
the last people over there. Like I was like, ooh, we just stayed here. Would they not even know? There was no one back there. We were like all by ourselves. So everything was done. Like it was pretty empty by the time we got out.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Well, that's kind of understandable. Yeah, it was really, really packed. And then, of course, as my dad and my daughter know, I've been looking for sweatshirts for them for the last several weeks. And so I went shopping right after I saw Mickey and Minnie. I ended my stream and then I went shopping real quick. Didn't find the sweatshirts I wanted or needed. And then I decided to go ahead and take off. And it's funny too, because actually most of the shops were closed. The ones on Main Street, Emporium and I think Disney Showcase was still open, and that was it. Of course, the candy store, Starbucks, but everything else was completely closed. Disneyland was closed. And then as I was walking out, I thought, well, maybe I'll hit down World of Disney. Nope, that was closed. So I was like, get on the tram or walk back to the parking structure. That was your choice. So I was able to get on the tram pretty quickly, though.
And they sold out of, I don't know if you already covered that, but they sold out of the merch. There was a huge line. Oh my gosh. It was like,
yeah,
thought, let's go there. Because we had heard that they had where they could do like, however they do that in a Photoshop. But, instead of waiting for the real Disney Channel sign, they could superimpose, right? So you pretend like, so we thought, let's go over there. And there was a huge line because I guess they had, they actually had good merch this time. And I think there were like pins, exclusive pins, but those were at the Emporium from what I understand.
Yeah. Well, remember we went to the Star Trader and we were going to try to get in and we saw the line. We're like, what? There's out of t-shirts and they only have pins and magnets left. That's it. And we were like, let's not stay in this line. Let's just, move on. So it's really, really unfortunate.
Yeah, that was too bad.
Yeah. But other than that, great time.
Yeah. All right. So there you guys have it. That is Disney Channel Night. It seems like it was worth it for the most part. So if you guys are into the after hours things, obviously, if Disney Channel Night rolls around again sometime, you might want to check it out if you didn't get a chance. So we're going to move on to what's coming up at Disneyland, which is some St. Patrick's Day food items. And
that's right.
Bob, do you have the...
You know what? I forgot to bring it up, but let me bring it up real quick here. Sorry about that.
Yeah, and I'm looking at the Disney Parks blog.
Yep.
And it looks like Disney World got the lion's share of St. Patrick's Day items because we've only got a few compared to what they have.
True. That is true. Let's see here. Oh, what happened here? For some reason, the page is not opening. Give me 1 second here. Oh, oops, that's not it either. Give me 1 second. Disney Parks. Here we go. Okay, I found the link. It's not opening for some reason. Come on, what's going on? Open a new tab. How about that? Well, that is the darndest thing. It's not opening up. There we go. Let me share this page. So this is the Disney Eats foodie guide for St. Patrick's Day for 2024 for Walt Disney World and Disneyland Resort. So this year at Walt Disney World, they've got, it looks like they've got some pretty good treats as Theme Park Casual was talking about. So they got the Beaches and Cream Soda Shop, has the Mickey Shamrock Milkshake. I'm always good for a good Shamrock milkshake. So it's mint milkshake with chocolate drizzle, Shamrock sprinkles, and especially vanilla cupcake. They have the, what's that?
I was trying to see if it was Walt Disney World or here.
That's Walt Disney World. Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah. Yep, right there. Look at that. Ooh, it's got the straw in it. See, with the cupcake on top. That looks pretty cool. They also have the Irish cream cheesecake. They have, let's see what else. They have the nugget, which is a vanilla bean mousse stout cake and a salt caramel ganache center. And then at different hotels, they had the potted cold mousse, which is, I think, right there. And then they also had the Lucky plant-based clover cupcake. It's a chocolate cupcake with vanilla, golden vanilla buttercream swirl and shamrock sprinkles. So that's right there. And then let's head on down to Disney Springs. They got the End of the Rainbow creme brulee. Ooh, that looks good. Creme brulee. I'm always good for creme brulee. Then at the City Works Eatery and Poorhouse, they have all sorts of different things. Let's not pass that. Let's just go to, where's Disneyland?
I know.
Okay.
Disneyland, you only have a few things, and most of them are at the hotels.
Disneyland Resort. You got the Red Rose Tavern. Now the Red Rose Tavern, that's inside the park, right? So they got the green stuff, which is the, I think instead of the gray stuff, they got the green stuff.
Green stuff.
Mint white chocolate mousse, chocolate cake, chocolate chip, or mint chocolate chips, and a chocolate cookie crumb on a shortbread cookie.
Yeah, it's pictured right above that where you're showing. So if you scroll up, that's it right there.
It is. Not bad. And then you've got at the Grand Californian Hotel and Spa, you got the St. Patrick's Day cupcake, which are showing right there. That's the Craftsman Bar and Grill, and they have the St. Patrick's Day donut. Donut looks kind of cool. I like it. That's cool. It is cute. And then the Pixar Place Hotel at the Great Maple Restaurant, you got the cereal milk donut, which I get it. They have Lucky Charms on it, but seriously, that's their thing.
Okay, go to salt and straw. There we go.
Salt and straw.
That one right there.
It's hand sorted rainbow marshmallows tossed in a cereal milk ice cream.
Okay.
I mean, okay, but we're
I like hand sorted rainbow marshmallows
because you got to separate the marshmallows from the cereal. Hello.
So there's somebody sitting there. One marshmallow, two, three.
But here,
or get these little oat cereals out of here.
Oh, but look, you have here at various candy locations around Disneyland Resort. So Marceline's Confectionery, Downtown Disney, Charlie Treats at DCA, Sweet Stuff DCA, Candy Palace at Disneyland, and Candy Kitchen, and Pooh's Corner, all at Disneyland. You got the mint chocolate and cream cookie marshmallow wand, which is 3 marshmallows dripped in caramel. Hey, that's the Tiki Tiger Tail. And mint milk chocolate, then rolled in crushed chocolate cookies and drizzled with white and green chocolate. Okay, that does sound kind of good. The Shamrock Cereal Treat, which is shamrock-shaped cereal treat dipped in green, white chocolate, and then decorated in light green and white chocolate and yellow. And the white chocolate Mickey, that's what you see right above in that picture right there. So that's good. And so many tasty items coming both to Walt Disney World and Disneyland this year. Okay, how lucky are we? So that disappoints me that Disney World has a lot more to offer than we do.
I'm surprised Schmoozies doesn't have something.
What doesn't?
Schmoozies. Because they always do those, like, you know.
Sweet drinks.
But I don't think we got anything at Schmoozies or
no, there's nothing Schmoozies.
Some good ones.
Basically, you got 2 different you have the mint, the green stuff. You got the cupcake, you got the donut, you got those donuts from Pixar Hotel, as well as the ice cream from and you've got the mint chocolate and cream cookie marshmallow wand, as well as a shamrock cereal treat. So basically, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 treats at Disneyland. Not bad. But yeah, I would expect a little bit more.
Yes, Lynn says, we want the mint shake. Yes, we do.
Yeah, I know.
Well, yeah. Oh, that would be great. So anyhow, that's what we have for the Shamrock treats right there.
All right. And then also we'll keep on the food theme for now, and we'll shift over to Knott's Berry Farm for Boysenberry Festival. Berry Place, I know you were there for opening day. Cordy, have you been able to get to Boysenberry Festival yet?
Not yet. Darn it.
So the funny thing was, I thought I would get there. I was with Silver Stars Adventures. I thought, hey, I will get there first thing in the morning. They actually opened the park early. When we got there, people were already going in. And we're like, wow, this is great. Now, they kept pretty much everyone into the ghost town area, and they didn't let anyone go past that until right at 10 a.m. However, two things. One, I told Silver Stars, said, whatever we do, I got to get over to the art stuff, because I want to make sure that if this guy who I love every year has something on display, I want to buy his stuff if it's reasonable, which last year it was not. And two, I want to make sure that we started covering all the stuff we could. And now I knew we weren't going to see any shows, but I thought, hey, we're going to get to cover whatever we can. So the funny thing was, we were over at the mercantile shop. And Silver Stars had bought a Spirit jersey, which I'm going to show you some of the merchandise they have from Cordy's Corner that I took. And the Spirit jersey, I will tell you, is amazing. Well, he was taking a sweet time, and next thing they open up, I'm like, we got to go. And he's like, hey, hold on. I'm like, no, we got to go. And so we did. We made it over there. By the time we made it over there were already two people standing in line to purchase stuff at the register for the artwork. And literally it was like, I want to say we got there within 10 minutes of park opening. And I was like, oh, I only see one thing that I really, really like. I think it's that one. Let me just see if there's anything else. I come back over to it, and I said, okay, I'm going to turn around and go over to the register and order it. It was, and unfortunately I don't have pictures of I do have a video. I can show that real quick, I guess. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Anyhow, the problem was I turned around and this guy goes, I want to buy that one right there. And he points to the one I wanted. I'm like, no. And I'm like, seriously, I was just going to get that one. And he looked like, I care less. And the lady was like, oh, I'm so sorry. We have plenty of other things to purchase. I'm like, well, you already had some people purchase. So what things have been purchased? And so she showed me what items were going to be purchased. So I end up not getting anything, but still. Let me, in fact... Sorry, I gotta go through the ads here. So before I share my screen with you, I'll let the ads go by.
Yeah, exactly, buddy. Have Princess missed it by that much?
Missed it by that much? Is that what you said? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's see here. Okay. I finally found it. Here we go. So let me share my screen with everyone real quick so you can see the artwork. Now, the artwork's over at the factory store, which is right next to the exit, or it's right next to the arcade and the exit of the Berry Tales ride. So you can find it there. And let me blow this up for you. So everything's on the back wall. And you already had several people looking.
People have already bought the artwork. Okay.
Yeah, because people are at the register. I didn't show them.
Amazing. And we're just going to kind of go through it here so you can see it.
So real quick, that stained glass window with the parachutes, that had already sold. So that was already gone. That was one of the things that was gone.
All art pieces that people created for the Boysenberry Festival. And you see some cool things, but I don't see the artwork that I normally see from.
Okay, so right there you see Whittles. So he's actually in a cavern, almost like the Calico Cavern, and instead of just regular stalactites, the stalactites actually had like boysenberries dripping off them. So you can see them, and they glitter. They had glitter on them, but it was really cool. I thought that was the neatest thing they had there that I liked. It was like $130, so it really wasn't too outrageous. But that right there is what sold, and I wasn't able to get. And these are all original art pieces too. There's only one of a kind.
Yeah, this is all original. It's a one of a kind.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Whittles, right?
Yep, that's Whittles. I like how they got the boysenberry.
Where's that?
That's the brain. Yeah, so the gentleman that normally does
Where it says C1 magic teacups, that was one of the pieces that sold as well, and it was really, really neat. And sorry, I kind of cut it off there, but I really, really liked it. And it's funny because I think Victor Unboxes the World was watching my channel. He's like, "Hey, I know the artist. I'm in the Discord channel with him. If you want to get one of those, I'm sure I could talk to him." But it was like $750 just for this piece that you see right there, which is really cool, but expensive.
not here. I didn't do anything this year.
Oh, there it is.
No, this is it. I don't know. This is really cool. Wanda's magic teacups. Now I'm not sure who's purchased what, but I like the Whittles one.
I like the Whittles one, and right there.
Never mind. I was just going to ask about that one.
That's when the cast member. I was like, I like the Whittles one, and that's when the cast member was taking a picture of the employee was taking a picture of it, and she's like, "Oh, sold." I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "Oh no."
That's
missed it again.
That was the only original I wanted. So that one just sold, everyone. That's the one I was going to get. Yeah, he just purchased it. You never buy
Silver
it.
Star's like, "What?"
It's always frustrating.
He's like, "Really?"
More than one original sometimes.
Oh, and then
All right.
let's see. I'm trying to think. Oh, I think the one that was down here in the corner, which I'm kind of showing with my mouse, that one sold. Hopefully I'll pan over here in a moment. Nope, not that one. That's the chickens. There's a cute.
No, I've always wanted to, but most of the time I get here, all the pieces are sold. So
That piece right there sold as well. And that had all the different types of foods you'd see from the Boysenberry Festival, which is really, really cool. I thought it was nicely done as well. So there's only 4 pieces that actually sold that day when I was there in the morning. But that was 10 minutes literally after we, had or they opened up. So,
it goes that fast.
let me go fast forward here. So one of the things that, here's the store. And actually I have pictures of this stuff so I can show you as well. Whoops, went too far back. So I have some photos of some of the stuff and I'll show you in more detail. But this is some of the Boysenberry stuff that they actually have. Actually, you know what? Let's go back to the beginning because that store had more to offer and show. So you can see what kind of merchandise they had. I thought they had some really good merchandise.
So they have some new merchandise here for the Boysenberry Festival. Oh, and by the way, Vanta Crew, good morning. How are you? Great to see you.
Looks like a girl thing.
Yeah, that's a women's sweatshirt.
The bag's nice. Let's check out the bag.
And by the way, Silver Star is wearing his Club 33 jersey.
Yeah, Vanta, they let us in early. The park is not open. In fact, right here, you'll see people are waiting to get into the park area. So they're not letting people into the park area, just right here into Ghost Town.
Oh.
I like the Happy Boysenberry. That's kind of cool.
I like this shirt. I thought this shirt was kind of cool.
You got the you got the ice cream, and you got the everyone's favorite.
I noticed their sizing here is small.
It is. So you need to go one size. Oh, yeah. You need to go one size bigger. But look, not only do they have a shirt, they have little sweatpants to go with it. Oh, so you have that's a fleece blanket. Yeah, look.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's all right. That's a nice.
Yeah, I will say Knott's has really upped their merch game. I think they've got a lot of really good stuff for every season now.
Yep.
And,
they
look like
they usually have more stuff that I want to buy than Disneyland does.
Yep. And it's usually a lot less expensive, although they're starting to raise their prices because this is an actual Spirit jersey and this was $75, I believe, or $79.
And look, it's actually by Spirit jersey. So Knott's is trying to definitely get into this thing.
Check it out.
It's Boysenberry Festival. I like it. That's pretty cool.
Silver Stars really liked it.
Yeah.
No, if this is Spirit jersey, 2x XL should be enough.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I love the typography on the back
Let me
of
come
the
around so
Spirit
you guys can
jersey.
see.
It's really
It's
well
very
done.
cool. I have some
Perfect for
photos to
knots.
show you too.
It is going to sell out. It's a nice jersey. Okay, you got your Boysenberry cap.
Sorry, I'm not
You
buying
got
one
your
of those and
Boysenberry
wearing it.
purse, shot glass. Those are not new. I have that for my Christmas tree. I love those.
And are those the Stanley cups, or are they
Yeah,
just
ITM.
knockoffs?
They
Oh,
do
they're
not
probably
say
knockoffs.
Stanley on them,
Yeah,
but they look
yeah, they're probably
exactly like
knockoffs.
Stanley.
Farm Boysenberry patch. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I like the pajama license plate.
Check out these cups. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that's pretty good. Those are nice. They're solid.
$39.
$40. Okay. Then we have our boysenberry pie slices, I guess, and then the little boysenberries.
We need that.
Oh, what's on the back?
So what I was starting to show everyone is that they actually
So it can be like this.
it goes
or
inside
you can
out.
Turn it inside out to be like one of these ones. That is pretty cool.
It was like
Selling these things for $6.
$6, $5.99 is what they were selling it for.
Are you
That's pretty
serious?
reasonable. Now,
Yes.
I
Wow.
would say Knott's prices have always been a lot more reasonable than
No.
Disneyland.
It's funny.
I
I
like
think
this
I was just saying that
boysenberry
earlier.
goodness in every delicious bite. That is pretty cool. You got your boysenberry hat as well. Right, now you can get a little tumbler.
Someone was posting that little
Those are cool,
stuffed
but
a pie,
they're not very big. How much are
berry
they selling?
pie thing.
Oh
Mhm.
They
yes.
were like, oh, this is
$20.
expensive.
$20, so that's not too bad.
Comes in a plastic store.
Bring down this sound a little bit. I wish those cups were a little bit bigger. They were really small cups.
A Stanley. Oh, yeah,
Maybe
those
they're
things.
16
They
ounces.
look
Maybe.
exactly like
Yeah.
the Stanley. Maybe they are. I don't know.
I think Vantacrew was asking, is it a Stanley cup?
I don't see.
It looks like it.
Yeah, they're probably
couldn't see
similar.
Stanley.
But yeah, the Knott's hat's pretty cool too.
$25.
You got your boysenberry umbrella.
Yeah, I love those umbrellas too. Those are really cool. They're parasols or whatever.
Yeah,
Knott's
parasols.
Boysenberry Festival.
I think those look cool. I wish those came in a zip up.
Yeah, pretty cool. How much is it?
He's cute. I like that little berry.
Mm-hmm.
You got your boysenberry character. You got the Knott's Boysenberry Festival.
I mean, at this point, why don't they have the little boysenberry
No,
shoulder
this is not the
plush?
official shirt.
You
They
know.
have one that
Well, yeah, exactly, right?
but this is Knott's Boysenberry Festival. And then so like I said, you got the little Boysenberry character here. Oh, that's
The little boysenberry character reminds me of
the
like the
definition to
little
himself.
hot dogs and stuff from the Let's All Go to the Lobby.
Oh, and they got a matching blanket that goes with the shirt that says bursting with boysenberry goodness in every delicious bite. That's $45.
Yeah.
You have a visor cap.
Oops.
And then you have a regular Knott's baseball cap.
Yeah, they've got good merchandise at Knott's now. I'm really impressed with it.
There's one more thing here. I know you want to buy these theme park
The
casual.
slippers. I might.
Yeah,
I
I
might.
see. I was like, I don't know about those. That was. Oh, sorry. I think this is it right after these two. So I'll just. You got some PJ pants. Oh no, that was a blanket actually. But it had some PJ pants too.
And then we have the new.
There's the tie-dye. Brian
There's
was
tie dye. I love that tie dye sweatshirt. That's awesome.
then
And the shirt to go with
the
it.
shirt that goes with it looks like this. First, you got the boysenberry lights right there.
Oh, I
And
think
then we also have
I'm not putting it down.
Knott's sweatshirt.
you hear Silver Stars Adventures. I'm not putting it down.
I'm not putting this one down.
You're not? You're gonna get
No.
it?
Sold.
Yeah, the typography on that is awesome. It's really
It
well
is.
done.
Let me show you something real quick because I have some photos and I have some photos of him actually wearing it, which are really cool. So let me share that with you. And where the heck did my thing go? Give me one moment to upload this real quick. Okay. So And I know these pictures are a little small, so sorry that they're so small, but this is the opening. So this is the sign you see and all the boysenberries that you see in the front for Knott's Boysenberry Festival. And then when you walk in, they've got, of course, the windmill with all the boysenberry goodness around it, which I thought was really, really cool. I think it's really neat. They've got like these cherry blossom trees that are white that are all around them with just a slight purple hue to them. Oh, so cool looking. That's the whole thing right there. Here's Silver Stars. So he was wearing his Spirit jersey, and he loved the Spirit jersey. I will admit, I had to get one too. But it looked really, really good on him. They also had some tumblers there. It's the Berry Best Day Ever, which I think, is really cool. And it's cool because they got the Charlie Brown squiggle, but in purple on the cup. They had, so these are kind of coming back. They had them last year, but they have Snoopy's with the boysenberries that they're holding. They also have a small plastic one of Snoopy holding a boysenberry that I liked. And then, of course, here's a Spirit jersey, the back of it. Again, it's really, really well done. And then this is in Cordy's corner where they have the blanket, they have the purses, they have the tumblers, 3 different types of tumblers there. The Spirit jersey, the parasol, and I forget what's right in the middle there. Right next to the main stage, the Calico stage, they actually have a replica of what the berry stand looked like when Walter and Cordelia Knott were selling boysenberries here in Buena Park. So in 1923, this is what the stand looked like. I put a little replica in the front, and I thought that was really neat that they did that. Mm-hmm. So kudos to Knott's for doing that and putting out to the side of the stage. And then, of course, this is the stage where they have the pie eating contest and they have Knott's Preserved, which is a stage show. The Knott's pie eating contest is usually around 4 o'clock in the afternoon every single day. And then they do the Knott's Preserved show later at night. There's usually 2 different shows. I think the first one's like around 6 o'clock or something like that. The pie eating contest, by the way, if you want to enter it, you do have to get there beforehand and put your name down. And then what they do is they do a drawing. And then if they draw your name, you get to go up there and do the pie eating contest. And just to let you guys know, you don't have to eat the pie. If you go up there, it's the person who gets the most pie out of the pie tin. So you don't have to eat, which I think is kind of cool because obviously some of the kids that they get up there cannot eat as much as an adult. So I think it's neat that, hey, whoever gets the most out of their pie tin, you can eat it while you're doing it if you want to, but it's just a matter of you getting it out there. And it was pretty neat because I did
doing that? Are we going to do that on our stream or?
I think it would be funny if we did, all put our name in, and if just any of us or all of us end up on there, that'd be awesome.
Well, so here's the thing. I'm doing a meet and greet with my fans and friends at Knott's Berry Farm this Saturday. So if you want to come out, I would love to meet you guys. And if you want to come out, we could try this. I was actually thinking about, covering the pie eating contest, or at least watching it. So if you'd like to come out and meet with us, I think that'd be great if we could go ahead and meet maybe around 3 o'clock. Or maybe we should do the actual date of my 1-year anniversary, which is actually March 18th. So we can do 3/18 if you want to do that. Let's go ahead and we can meet over at the pie eating contest area. So at the Calico stage, we'll meet right in front there, and we can try to put our names in. Actually, we should meet at 3 o'clock if we want to do that. And let's see if anyone gets in it. That'd be a lot of fun to see if we did, and we could obviously, video it. But if you guys want to try that, we can definitely try that this Saturday. I think it'd be fun. But regardless, maybe if we go back another day, we should all just try getting into it.
That'd be funny. That'd be funny if all 3 of us got in there, and then it'd be like, uh-oh.
That'd be funny. Well, they usually put up, I think, is it 5 or 6 people? I think it's usually about 6 people they put up there. So, But I thought it was a lot of fun. Now, here's the other thing. So we didn't talk a whole lot about food. So we walked around, and as we were walking around, none of the food places were open. I'm thinking, I know it's kind of early, but you think that even by 10:30, some of the food stuff would be open. I mean, the bakeries were open, obviously, but none of the food stands actually were open and ready to take, any of the tasting cards. And I'm like, what the heck? It wasn't until almost, I want to say, like around 11 that I saw the first stand start to open up. And that was near Ghost Town by, I think, in between the glass shop and the candy store. That was the first one I saw open. And later on, we finally found some places open. Unfortunately, I was not too hungry that early in the morning, so I didn't, obviously eat anything. Neither did Silver Stars Adventures. But I was kind of disappointed in the fact that I was like, wow, they actually don't have anything open and ready to go at 10 a.m. for the Boysenberry Festival. You thought for sure they would have had stuff, maybe cooking and ready to go.
I think that's pretty much standard practice for them, just because it's like that first hour, everybody's, trying to hit the coasters and stuff like that. And if you've got food sitting, then it's getting nasty real quick. So I don't blame them for waiting until around 11.
Well, I was a little disappointed.
Yeah, no, I mean, I get it. It's kind of like, it's almost like they should announce that kind of thing, that they're not going to be open until 11 and not have, people wandering around thinking, oh, let's go get our food while everybody else is doing their thing. And you're like, okay, nothing's open. They should let you, like, it should be noted, like when you purchase your thing, the lanyard, you get the tasting card, that it's, hey, just be aware that, most booths don't open until 11 or whatever time they open.
Yeah, absolutely. But anyhow, long story short, it was a lot of fun. It was great seeing all the different merchandise they had there. Again, I think some merchandise was pretty amazing. And I think what's really cool is, to me, I almost think that they have way more merchandise at Knott's Berry Farm for the Boysenberry Festival than the Food and Wine, or for a lot of the different events that Disney has, even the After Dark events. They just have a ton of things to purchase for merchandise. And the food, they have even more food than Disneyland. And I want to say, I think the food is almost better. And usually it's a little bit bigger and it's a little bit more worth your money.
Right. Yeah, I've said it before, but for me, the Boysenberry Festival is the #1 food festival out of all of the Southern California parks that I've been able to try. It's easily, the most unique and the most appropriate, the most, like you said, bang for your buck, really.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
And I love that they've leaned into it, like you said, with a ton of merchandise. I mean, that shows that they're willing to, put their money into it and really try to give and the thing about it is, when you see that kind of effort being put in, it makes you feel like, okay, wow, this is a big deal. It doesn't feel like, oh, Knott's is just simply trying or whatever. It's like, no, they're like, no, we love and live and breathe our Boysenberry Festival, and I love seeing that.
Yeah. Well, I kind of feel like Knott's has done the best as far as capitalizing on this whole food, and they don't call it the Food and Wine. This is a Boysenberry Festival, but everyone else has some sort of food and wine or food festival. This is, like, by far, I think, the best one that you can go to. So if you're going to go to any food festival this year, I think it's Knott's Berry Farm that has the best.
Yeah. Cordy, is this going to be your first time going to Boysenberry Festival, or did you? Because you just got your pass in September, right? Oh, wait, no, you did go last year, didn't you?
Yeah, I just went opening, or the preview day, I think, or something. Didn't they have like one of those? I went the first day or something. Or they had like a preview. It was one of those because somebody invited me for a.
Oh,
okay.
Like you got preview status. That's awesome.
Yeah, so like I said, I haven't been able to check out Boysenberry Festival this year yet. It's only been the first weekend, but I'm hoping to get there soon. Hoping.
Yeah.
Well, are you guys on that pie eating contest? So if we could fill the table, I'm all about takeovers. If we can take over,
that'd be hilarious. Well,
pie eating takeover.
By any chance, you guys able to join me this Saturday?
I don't know. I'll have to let you know if I can make it.
That's it.
I would.
Yeah, I don't know. Mrs. Casual, we might be able to have a family day. So we may be taking a rare opportunity to all hang out without anything going on. So
It's a family day at Knott's with Berry Plate. I'm kidding.
So
What about
we'll
you,
see.
Cordy?
We'll see if it goes.
And you, Cordy?
I am still figuring out my week, but I want to. I definitely want, because I haven't even, like we said, I haven't been there. So I wonder if Brian, are you going to make it there Saturday? Oh, he'll be there Saturday, but he's not going to do a pie eating contest. I found out what I did. I made this private. That's why I can't see any of my messages on here. Sorry, guys.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
No, I thought, really? Because I thought it was based on our, let's see. It says, oh.
Yeah.
Repost. Oh, can you actually do that, Cordy?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Accident.
Oh, how do you? Oh, we'll figure out later. Don't
Yeah.
worry. We'll look at it. Okay. Sorry. Got off
All right. So
topic.
now that we've talked about Boysenberry Festival, what about food and wine? I know you guys have been able to try some of that stuff, right?
Oh, I wish I would have given all my my pictures and videos to Bob earlier, but yeah, we went the first day I was there with SoCal Sports. So we used a whole lanyard.
Wow. Well, that's not too hard to do.
Right.
8 items, but it was like at the end of the night because we saw Christina and then Brian showed up and Jeezy. So we were like, at the end of the night, we actually got to go watch World of Color from, one of those spots, right? One of the cast members walked us into a little area. So we were there and I'm like, oh, wait a minute, we still have 2 foods. Jeezy ran all the way over by Monsters Inc. to go pick up our last 2, but we tried a lot. We tried the one that SoCal Sports and I really liked was the barbecue, the pulled pork. Barbecued pulled pork.
Oh, yes.
Macaroni. That was really good. Really good. The Snickers, of course, the Snickers macaron. You got to get that, but you have to order it early because that has been selling out. Like if you get there after work on a weekday, forget it. From what I've heard, they haven't had it. So it's kind of yeah.
You would think that after the strawberry one at the Lunar New Year that they would be like, hey, we need to make sure we have plenty of these.
You'd think. You'd think. What else did we try?
Yeah, I did get to try the Snickers macaron. Mrs. Casual went and brought one home, and I got to try it, and it is good.
Yeah, that's a good one. We tried the cheeseburger bao bun.
How is that one?
It wasn't for me, but
it doesn't sound that great.
But everyone else liked it, and it was what it said it was, right? So it was like that's what it tasted like. It just wasn't my thing, but I think Brian really liked it, and SoCal Sports was like they didn't misrepresent themselves. They actually gave us what they said it was going to be. What
was the flavor that was kind of odd for you on that? Or
I just didn't like it. I think for me, a bao bun, I just want it to be. I'm a purist when it comes to the bao buns.
The baos. Yeah.
A little too much going on, right? But it did taste like a cheeseburger, and it was very fresh. I will say, everything that we had was really good. It was fresh, So they did a great job the first day. The brisket sliders, always good. So I didn't try it this year, but they split it, and that was really good. They have a lemonade over there. It's like a kiwi apple. And that was delicious. And then there was also, we had one of the cocktails. I can't remember what it was, but it was like this pineapple tiki cocktail or something. That was pretty good. Gosh, what else did we try? We tried, and then there's the top sirloin with the chimichurri on the mashed potatoes. That was a winner last year, so same this year. And they put it on a plate, so I feel like you got more food than you do.
The little boat.
SoCal Sports is in here. What else did we try? And I tried the pastrami fries last night, which is at Smoke Jumpers. But you can use a tab, and those are really good. But you got the full portion, so that was kind of nice because sometimes you get.
Oh wow!
I think. I'm trying to think of what else we tried. Yeah. The carbonara mac and cheese, and it had like the peppered bacon. That was good. Yeah. So far, I always feel like if you go in the beginning, right, the first 2 weeks, you fare pretty well. And then for some reason, it usually kind of dips and you get the consistency changes. And then, they pick it back up at the end. But then it gets super busy. Like, go now if you want.
See, that's what I thought was interesting, because you and I, or both of you and I, had gone to the Lunar New Year several weeks in a row, and then I took my dad, and it was like the worst food ever. I couldn't believe it. I was so disappointed. And he was disappointed because he was like, "I'm watching you and Cordy and Theme Park Casual, and it looked like it was really good food." And then we just unfortunately had a really bad day of food there. I mean, some of the items are okay, but most of it was pretty bad. So the inconsistency is really disappointing to me, because for me, it really should be there. There shouldn't be any real changes to the consistency of the food. It should all be made about the same. So
I agree. No, I know that's the bummer part. Even like, because I just personally, I won't get their the pork belly, anything pork belly, because every time I get it, it's always just a slab of fat. Like there's no meat on it.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna bother anymore.
So I haven't tried any of the food this year, but I'm looking forward to doing that. I actually told everyone, hey, I'm probably going to meet up with, Theme Park Casual and Cordy, and we're going to go do it. And then I totally forgot last week was Disney Channel night. So that's why we didn't really do it. But I would like to, meet up with you guys if we can, to try to, try some more food. So
definitely.
Yeah, I need to, we've got a lanyard, but I forgot it on Saturday when I went. I was like, forgot the lanyard, so missed out on that. But yeah, there's several of the items I want to try. I almost decided that I was, I'm just going to go buy it outright, was the cannoli churro, because I got to try that thing. If it's got the ricotta on there, oh my God, I got to get it. I got to get it. So we'll see if it can rival Knott's Berry Farms churros. Slim.
So I know that Theme Park Casual, by the way, has got this really cool thing called March Madness that he's doing right now, and I'm sure he's going to explain to all you guys before we go. But I know you're there Wednesday. I'm planning on being there Wednesday. Cordy, are you going to be there Wednesday too?
This Wednesday?
Yep.
Yes, I do have a reservation.
Yeah, I've got a reservation, but because my car's in the shop, I don't know for sure if I'm going to be able to make it on Wednesday. Yeah.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, hey, do you guys want to meet up and we'll do the food?
Well,
but yeah, if I make it, I'll definitely be there to meet up and do some food.
Next Wednesday, the 20th, is Dragonblood's birthday, so he's gonna want a Grizzly marathon. So
you know what? I think I made a reservation for Thursday that week too. I might have to switch it. All right, I'll try to remember that, Dragonblood. That's right. Let's see. Sorry, I'm thinking out loud again.
Was there anything going on? Was there anything else on food and wine that you guys wanted to mention or talk about?
The entertainment was amazing. So the band, right? The what is it, Thomasina?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
So they were performing the very first, and I didn't know. I know you guys were talking about it, and I, just because I didn't move here till 2006 full time, so it was like I wasn't really familiar with them. But we were walking, and I'm like, wait, I hear "Groove is in the Heart." Where's that coming from? So we went over that. It was so much fun. Yeah, they're fun.
Yeah, Thomasine is great.
That's the only thing that I got to see, though, because I didn't make it over to the Paradise Garden Grill.
I'll have to see when they're playing again.
I think Fat Cat Swingers were there last night.
Interesting.
Well, I can't wait to go, and I'm sure it's going to be a lot of fun once we do dig into the food.
Yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully I'll be able to get there on Wednesday, and I'll bring the lanyard, and hopefully we'll be able to get a few items in between the March Madness.
Wait, I have to share this. Is Casual growing a mustache back? Sexy. That's hilarious. Thanks, Orange Grove, and welcome. That's funny.
Yeah. All right. So with that, we will kind of start wrapping things up. But we do want to mention that we, as the park streamers, the three of us are kind of co-captaining a team for the Chalk Walk this year. We're raising funds for Children's Hospital of Orange County. It is a walk in the park. I haven't double checked to make sure that we will be allowed to stream that morning while we're walking. But if we are, it's going to be basically a streamer meetup made in heaven, because there's going to be probably like 15 or 20 of us all walking together and having fun. So if we are able to stream, it's going to be a giant streamer party the entire pathway on this walk. But we're raising funds for Children's Hospital of Orange County. And if you guys don't know what that is, it is a specialized children's hospital for children with life-threatening diseases. And it's a fantastic organization. Mrs. Casual used to do the Chalk Walk. It was her and her goddaughters. Basically, once a year, they would do it together, and they would go walking. And it was all the way since Mrs. Casual would push her in a stroller. That's how long ago they were doing it. And it was their thing. And so I thought, what a better way to do some good with our streaming and our channels and everything. And Cordy and Bob were wonderful enough to join me in this. And like I said, we're all co-captaining it, and we're trying to raise, I think we've got it set at $3,000 now.
We do.
So if you guys are interested in supporting a great cause, we would love it if you would go to our page and donate there and help us get us to our goal of $3,000 to raise for Children's Hospital of Orange County. The walk will take place on July 21st. So like I said, we've got a whole bunch of people joining us. We've got, you can see right there, Coda Bear, CL, Wink's Wild Ride, Slim's Adventures. There's a few others in there. I think Geofire is in there.
Living Dead Fam.
Yeah. Living Dead Fam also. So Doom Boogie. So if you guys would like to help us out and help a great cause, great organization, please send your donations there.
Yep. And if you go to our team page, you can make a donation there. Or if you want to donate to one of the teammates, you can just click on one of those names, like top here, Theme Park Casual, take you to his page. Oh, look,
that's a fantastic picture, I gotta say.
Yeah.
That is. Are you talking about Chip or you?
Chip.
Oh, wait. And I'll tell you how much they've made, but you can just hit the donate button or the donate button down here, and then it'll donate to his specific page. But just so that you know, even though you donate to his page, it ultimately goes to the team page right here. So if you click on the team page, it'll take you back here, and it'll show you that altogether we've made $1,413 so far. Our original goal was $2,000. Now it's $3,000. We've raised it because we were doing such a good job. This isn't until July 21st. So we're going to be talking about this for a while on the Park Streamers Hangout, but we appreciate everyone that's donated so far, and to all the people who are thinking about donating. We really appreciate your help. It goes to a great cause, and just want to say thank you for donating. And if you can't donate, please share our pages. You can actually, I believe, if you can go down here, you can share the page, or you can click on our pages and share our page. And if you share it on your social media channels, we would appreciate it, because it really is going to help us raise money for this great organization.
All right. So again, thanks everybody. And like I said, I got to thank Cordy and Bob for joining me in this, because it was, something that I had thought of, and was hoping that maybe we'd be able to get a good crew together. And, thank you to you guys for joining in. And, obviously we've got an additional amazing crew joining us. So I really hope that they do let us stream, because I don't know if they'll, be like, hey, no, you can't have your phones out like that, or your gimbals or anything. but I'm hoping that they'll let us stream because it'll be an absolute crazy set of streams going on that morning because we start at I think it's 6 a.m.
Yeah.
The
We're
walk
just
starts.
all night.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. We'll probably all just go to the park the night before, head over to Denny's or something like that, hang out, have some pancakes, and then just say, all right, time to go walk.
We'll pull in our 24 hours.
Yeah, seriously. So again, hopefully you guys will be able to join us, and any way that you can support us, we would appreciate it. All right. So with that, we are going to go to the Q&A portion. We've been going for 2 hours now. It's already past 10 o'clock here in California. So this is going to hopefully be maybe a short Q&A. We'll see. So, but we did have one question earlier from Sea Flights, and he says, did anyone notice Tiana Bayou Adventure is green now? I had not seen that quite yet, but I haven't been able to be on Twitter too much today. So it looks like it's starting to go green.
Yeah, I hadn't seen it either. So at least I didn't notice it the other night when I was streaming.
Yeah, I haven't seen anybody posting about it going green, but I did see. I think it was Fresh Baked was pointing out that it looks like they're enclosing the slip and falls area. Mm-hmm. So if you guys, the very first, kind of sizable drop, that was called Slip and Falls, and you would slide, across, and then you'd enter into the main show building. Well, it looks like they've constructed a tunnel over that initial slide area. So,
okay.
I couldn't tell from the photo and, just a quick glance at it, whether it was a permanent structure or it's some sort of, like protection while they're working on it. We shall see.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So lots of work. And if they plan to open this year, they probably need to get things into high gear and start moving things along. So
I don't think it's going to be till the end of the year.
You think they're going to make it, or you think they're going to push?
I don't know. I mean, from everything they're saying right now is that it's going to be at the end of the year. I'm kind of thinking it's going to be at the end of the year as well, just because, if you think about it, Tiana's Bayou Adventure Splash Mountain closed at Walt Disney World in January, and they're going to be opening up, just a couple months over at Walt Disney World, or is it June? I think it is.
Well, they haven't officially said. Everybody's speculating that it might be as early as Memorial Day. Yeah.
Yeah. So a year and a half, it sounds like. So I would think that because ours closed in May, go 6 months beyond that, we're looking at the end of the year. I mean, maybe they'll wait until January of 2025. Who knows? But
it's not everything has been saying. Yeah, everything they've ever said has always been 2024. So
right,
if they're going to stick to that, it's got to be before January. So we shall see. I think they're probably going to open a little bit early because I think even Florida, I think it seems everybody's kind of surprised at how quickly it went, and they have less to do in Disneyland because it's a slightly smaller attraction at Disneyland. So we'll see. I'm guessing it'll be, I'm putting it as end of August, beginning of September. I think they may try to get it just before Labor Day.
I think that's really pushing it.
I have a question over here.
Okay.
From Doom Boogie, but I think we touched on it last time because it just came out the news about, Iger saying that we were going to get a land, not just a kind of walkthrough for the, like a Pandora land, right? Avatar. Mm-hmm. But he just says, what are our thoughts on that? Like, what do we think about that? Right? Is it legit? It seems like it is.
Oh, kind of sorry, I was just thinking out loud again. But, one of the things we didn't talk about is that, Disney's planning on buying some of the streets that, the city of Anaheim owns, and they're willing to spend $40 million to buy these streets. And these are the streets like Disney Way, et cetera, that, people typically travel to go to the park. And so if Disney gives those up, that totally leads into, Disneyland Forward and being able to expand. And I think the Avatar experience is going to be, part of that expansion. So, but I think we're still a ways off. It's one of those things where he said something way out in left field to, get everyone's attention. And I think it's something that we're going to be like, oh, well, we're looking at this thing like, 5 to 10 years down the line before we even see this Avatar thing. I don't know. What do you think, Theme Park Casual?
I honestly, to me at this point, I'm kind of tired of it because of the whole, it's a land, it's an experience, it's this, it's that. And like you were saying, we're probably minimum 7 years away from it. If it's anything substantial, we're probably 7 years away at least.
Gotcha.
And so I'm kind of like, I really don't care about it right now. Until you start showing me concepts and, hey, this is what we're going to do. We're going to, have this kind of stuff. And this is what we're doing. Not what if we did this, kind of stuff. It's like, I really don't even care. It's going to be Avatar, whatever. I'm ready for the next topic. Honestly, there's nothing to talk about other than, complete speculation on, whether he said land or experience. That's
All right.
Whatever.
Well, then with that, Theme Park Casual, any word on what entertainment is coming to downtown Disney in the coming months?
I haven't seen anything, but I don't go digging for that kind of stuff personally. So I'm assuming it's going to be similar to what we've been used to, the variation, variety of bands that come into the stage right there. I'm hoping that they can get more of the construction done, because it feels like a really odd spot when the band is playing, because they're facing the construction and a field, and they've got their back to where the traffic is. So it just feels odd. Once all the construction's done, it's going to be probably fantastic. But it's like I don't know, when it was in that one little stage that was right there in front of Rainforest Cafe, it made sense because people were mostly walking in that direction to get back to their hotel or back to the parking lot. So there was a lot of people facing them. So you kind of it felt like, okay, this makes sense. It's in the right spot. Whereas this one, it's turned with their back to where most of the traffic is. So it feels really odd to me. I always almost feel bad for the performers.
Yeah.
A lot of times they have to turn around to try to get people's attention, and it's just weird.
I think they did it because that traffic flow, they wanted to keep it clear, but I agree with you. It's kind of weird because before the stage was right there. Now, granted, all those people standing in front of the stage did,
right.
Make
it was a traffic problem.
Yeah, it was. So I get it, but yeah, well,
Cordy, by the way, 40 million for some streets. How do I become a street?
I had Alan and Trish. Trish was like, I'll sell my street for 40 million.
That's hilarious. Oh, geez.
Oh,
well, but it makes me wonder, though, right? If they're going to buy this street, going back to that whole thing, are they going to? I mean, it seems really weird that you wouldn't have any throughway to go to the other streets. I mean, that basically that turned into West Street, right? So was it West Street? I think it was West Street. Yeah. But regardless, do you think they're going to build something that goes underground and comes back up? Or do you think that they're just going to eliminate and you're going to have to go way around? And that's a long ways to go around out of the way.
Well, what street are we talking about again?
Magic Way.
Magic Way. Did I say Disney Way? I meant Magic Way.
Okay, Magic Way. Well, Magic Way, yeah. That, I mean, basically the only real reason you would be there is to go to Disneyland or like the resort in some capacity. I've heard that the issue is the residents that live just on the other side of Walnut Street. I'm looking at the map right now. They live just on the other side of Walnut Street are going to be really upset if they lose their walking path to Disneyland.
And they're cut through. A lot of them were the drive to get to the freeway was the.
Right. Okay. So sorry. The one I was actually talking about is Disneyland Drive. but I was also referring to Magic Way. Let me share it because I've got the Google Maps up right now. So let me bring this up.
Again, them purchasing those streets is probably contingent on the Disneyland Forward stuff. And when that gets all in place, at that point, then Disneyland wants to do whatever is going to be able to give them the easiest way to get people in and out. And they're also, I'm sure, they're trying to be good neighbors. And traffic jams around Disneyland make it a horrible experience for everybody, including everybody visiting Disneyland. And that is the last thing they want.
Right.
So I think what they're trying to do is be able to grow their parks and have the least amount of impact on the area surrounding the parks as well.
And I would imagine that if they were able to close that off at Walnut, that would give them more, then it's their property, right? Because I think right now, I don't know how it all is, but I was just thinking like, well, they have to use like the Anaheim police for certain things because it's a public road versus.
Right.
So I know that, I'm sure that factors.
Yes. So as you can see on the map here, this is Magic Way. So they're talking about purchasing this, also talking about purchasing Disneyland Drive, which goes all the way down here. And the reason being is because they want to expand DCA over into this parking lot here, right? And then over here for Disneyland, they want to expand Disneyland over to this parking lot over here. So by them buying these streets and eliminating them, that gives them the opportunity to actually build, more into the land or the land over here. So I get it. It does make sense. But so, me being devil's advocate. So my wife used to live in Anaheim and she used to come, down Ball Road. She would take Disney Way. And she would take this because it turns into, I believe, is this West Street? Yeah, it's Southwest. So she would take West all the way down to where she used to work in Fountain Valley because it was very easy for her to do. Now, granted, whoops, did not mean to do that. She could come straight down Harbor, back in the day, and other people can do that too. But you're talking about a lot more traffic is going to be on Harbor now because there's going to be less traffic going through, this area right here. And a lot more traffic on Walnut, I'm sure. So that's probably going to have some people concerned that live in the neighborhood, next door.
Yeah. So I and quite honestly, I think Disney does a pretty good job with their traffic logistics, if you will. I mean, the parking structure for the most part runs like clockwork. It's a well-oiled machine at this point. So I honestly, if you said, okay, we're going to be adding, 20,000 cars to the resort area in the next, 15, 20 years, who do you want to handle the logistics of being able to get them in and out? Do you want to put it on the city or Disney? I'd say give it to Disney.
True. Now, Winks Wild Ride, he actually lives close to the park, right behind it practically. So he says they're protesting on those streets saying that to stop Disney, but I don't know why and why those little patches of road are important. They only lead to the park. So true. I mean, those 99% of the people are going into the park that, come down those roads or going to downtown, Disney or the Disneyland Hotel. So, but it'll be interesting to see what they do to get, people in and out because, for people who do ride shares and taxis and things like that, or being dropped off by a transport from from the airport to a hotel, Magic Way is how you get to those drop off and pickup areas for downtown Disney as well as for the Disneyland Hotel. So it'll be interesting to see what they end up doing, if anything.
Yeah. Again, a lot of this is contingent on Disneyland Forward being approved, this rezoning getting approved, which is, I think, just a couple months away now.
Yep.
Do you know when that's supposed to happen, Bob?
I don't know the exact date, but yeah, it's coming up. My understanding is that it was supposed to be around April. So I'm really hoping that, we're going to hear something. As soon as we get the date, I'm sure we'll let you guys know, but it'll be really interesting because I don't know about you guys, but I have a feeling after everything that you and I have seen, Theme Park Casual, I think that it's going to pass. Yeah. Just a matter of when. And then I'm looking forward to hearing maybe what they're going to do once they get that, because I have a feeling that some big announcements are going to start coming out once they get that approval.
Yeah. Once the approval happens, then we'll actually see what they actually have planned. Because right now they can't say anything because they don't want to jeopardize, the vote and, have anybody protesting for anything, which is why, even the purchasing of the streets coming up, I don't know, was that leaked by Disney? Did Disney announce that? Or, did they do another one of those faux pas where they moved a little bit too early and made somebody upset and they leaked it out? Hey, Disney wants to buy up all the streets and what's going on, kind of thing. So.
Well, from the articles I've seen, I don't know about you guys, but the articles I've seen is that they're really, other than maybe a few little comments about some of the neighbors having concerns, it sounds like it's kind of it's going to be a done deal soon because, Disney wants to buy it. City of Anaheim's willing to sell it to them because, they did that survey. It says 99% of the people who are driving there are only going to the Disney park. So They wouldn't really need that. Plus, it's extra $40 million to go straight to the city of Anaheim. So I don't know why they wouldn't do it.
And not only that, then the city doesn't have to worry about maintaining anything. So.
Right, exactly. And Noah says, I always support Disney decisions. Well, I'm glad you do that because I'm sure Disney would appreciate you there.
All right. Any other questions in your chat, Cordy?
Trish was asking, so the city council votes on this? Yes, the city council needs to vote on it and approve it.
No, Winks just said, I kind of feel like TPC is like, show me some bulldozers and blueprints, otherwise carry on. I don't want to hear about it unless you're like.
Well, to an extent, yeah. I mean, we've had way too many times where all they're saying is, well, we're thinking about doing this and we're thinking about doing that. It's like, what are we doing? I haven't seen any big plans, of anything concrete. So until we see that, it's, Disney is at this point, it feels like they're resting on their laurels.
I don't see any more questions in the comments.
I think that is it. Besides, if they buy his house and he ends up being the up house in the park, we're on.
Wow.
It won't sell.
Sammy Bear said he'll be running a very profitable Airbnb at that point.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, the fences of Disneyland all the way around. Right. 40 feet tall, so you can't peek in.
Oh, geez. Too funny.
All right, kids. I think that's going to wrap us up for this episode of the Park Streamers Hangout. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. And thank you to my wonderful co-hosts, Bob and Cordy. Thank you for joining in tonight. How about we wrap it up and let everybody know where they can find you on social media and when you're planning to be live next. Cordy?
YouTube and Instagram, TikTok too, Cordy in California. And I plan to be there on Wednesday.
Okay, awesome. And Bob, Berry Place 28, where can we find you?
You can find me on YouTube, X, Instagram, Twitch, and Facebook at Berry Place 28. And I'm planning on streaming on Wednesday at Disneyland, unless something changes. And then, of course, this Saturday. Oh, again, so we're doing the meet and greets. Please come out. I guess the plan is to meet around 3 o'clock. I'll put it on my community page on YouTube and my social media channels. And I hope everyone will come out to join us to celebrate my 1-year anniversary, which is actually a week from tonight. But I will be streaming to celebrate it on Saturday with everyone. And then I'll do an actual stream on Monday at Disneyland, again, the 18th. I think I'm going to do one in the morning and the afternoon. So I've got a few streams planned within the next week. So that'll be great.
Awesome. Yeah, if you can make it out to Knott's on Saturday, it's 3 o'clock, the meetup over near the pie eating contest. Correct. And I'm Theme Park Casual. You can find me on Twitter/X and Instagram and YouTube, all at Theme Park Casual. And we are in the midst of March Madness right now on my channel, which means we are trying to do every ride in the entire Disneyland Resort with no repeats on a live stream in the month of March. And you, the viewers, are choosing what rides we go on. And I have no say in it. So I basically do what you guys tell me to do, and we're trying to get through every ride. We're about, I'd say about almost 2/3 the way through right now, but I need to get there for a rope drop because some of the attractions close early. And if I'm there after work, we have no chance of getting on them. So
that's true. It's been a lot of fun watching you do it.
oh, it's been a blast. Other than the rain, it's been a blast.
Yeah, nothing you can do about that, unfortunately.
Yeah. So, all right. So again, thanks everybody for joining us. Make sure you go to each one of our channels. We are simulcasting this on Berry Place 28, Cordy in California, and Theme Park Casual. So go hit all of our channels, hit that like button for us and help us out. And we will probably see you guys in 2 weeks for our next Park Streamers Hangout. So until then, have a great night, everybody.
Good night.
We hope you enjoyed our amazing show tonight. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you on the next Park Streamers Hangout. Have a good night, everyone.